Hey guys, I'm finally putting in my ACT clutch and flywheel. Let's go. So I've been procrastinating a little bit. It's been like 257 degrees outside and I just haven't felt like going in the garage, but here I am. I kind of have to get it going. As race season is starting to approach, I'm feeling kind of a deadline, so here we are. My last clutch was also ACT, and I use the heavy duty pressure plate, that's what it's called, and the Streetlight flywheel. But the difference is I used a street sprung clutch disc. So the car was a daily driver when I first got it, and I have had this clutch in for 5 freaking years. That is me learning to drift, time attacking for the first time, including a year of competition with a time attack, and me just generally not knowing what the fuck I was doing. So I gotta say, the clutch and flywheel ACT, you guys did a really good job, okay? You guys put a quality part together, or quality parts, I should say, because I was not nice to these things and they held up quite a bit. We got a little bit of wear here and some stuff, but all in all, 5 years, it did me really well. So here's the new setup. It's the same thing, the flywheel Streetlight thing. They have two. They have the Streetlight and a Pro Light. I just decided to go the Streetlight. And then the heavy duty pressure plate, I'm still doing the same one. This is where it gets a little bit different. So I'm doing the 6-pad race disc, and it is a full ceramic with that copper and the chromoly splines. And it's non-sprung, so that is going to be the bigger difference. And then I'm also, I don't know why I didn't do it the first time, but I'm changing out the ARP bolts, the flywheel and the pressure plate bolts. You know, the funny thing about ARP is that, like, if you see right here, it says RB26 on this, and then the flywheel bolts say Ford Mod or something. Yeah, I have never seen the Z actually like have its own parts. Even for the extended studs, they were like Subaru or something. Also, I'm gonna be doing the C-Mac Delete kit that they have through Z1. I probably will not get to it today because I will die if I'm like in the garage for more than, you know, a couple hours. But that is gonna be in the near future. So I will have to get the clutch stack height for it, and I'll show you guys what that is in a little bit. Also, I wanna make sure that I clean off the flywheel and the pressure plate. So when they ship it, they have like, they put this light coat of grease on it just because it's, they don't want it to rust and all that. So as soon as you get it, you gotta clean it off with brake clean. Otherwise, if you install it like that, your clutch will be done. The main differences between like the street and the race clutch is going to be the street has like the smoothest engagement. It's going to be close to OEM, as well as pedal effort. It's like the pedal feels like OEM, so it's not aggressive whatsoever. The gear rattle too is like not really there if you're on stock engine mounts and like transmission mount and all that. I have switched over just like in the last couple months, I think it was, to a solid engine mount and then also a poly trans mount. So I do hear a little bit, but again, that's because I'm solid. But with the race clutch, it's gonna be a little bit different. There's gonna be more of a moderate pedal effort and more of an aggressive engagement, which I absolutely want, especially for racing. I want the clutch to engage as quick as possible, and so I want those things. So before I do anything, I'm gonna go and clean these things off because I'm gonna need to attach it to get the stack height for that C-Mac kit that we're gonna do later. So let's take these bad boys into the hot ass desert and clean them off. Also, just a little bit of info for you guys that I didn't quite know until somebody told me. So when you're cleaning these things off, this part is powder coated. So when you, obviously you want to try to clean it off as much as you can, but you want to try not to get the brake clean on the powder coated part because you'll just take all that off. I mean, not right away, but you'll weaken it, you know. Also, I'm gonna be wiping pretty much everything back up before it goes in the car. So like you see me touching everything and like probably getting some more grease on it, but I'm gonna clean it up again before it goes in the car. Apparently it's gonna take me longer to get this thread locker out of the package than the actual bolt. All right. So when you stack this guy up, there's like these alignment pins. And so you want to make sure that you get the alignment, like stack them up correctly to line them up properly. And that is definitely not lined up properly. Once you're all tightened down, you want to make sure that you put it on something that's nice and flat. Oh God, it's heavy. And then I'm just going to use this alignment tool because it fits, and that's what I'm going to use for my measuring. Okay, so it looks like I'm getting 102. I'm not the best at measuring. Seems like the better measurement. Yeah, I'm starting to get 101.5 consistently. So 101 is my stack height. All right, now the fun part. So I get to pull all this back apart and actually put it in the car. Let's do that. Also, I already did a video on like putting in the pilot bushing and the rear main seal, so if you're looking for that, just look for that video. Oh my God. All right, so my headers are wrapped, and for those who don't know, the wrap that's used for the headers, like the heat shield, is made out of fiberglass. And so my back was pretty much rubbing up against it as I was threading the bolts in. So now my back is killing me because it is really itchy. Now it's time to get the clutch disc and the pressure plate. All right, so we just gotta torque it all down. So I need 70 foot-pounds. Let me show you guys what I used to hold the flywheel on from spinning. I ended up putting a socket on the end of that breaker bar for the main pulley, and then just having the breaker bar rest on the car. And in case you're wondering, that bolt is a 19 mil. Like, now we just gotta try to line up this freaking pressure plate. Oops. Alright, so I got smarter this time around, and I'm not gonna freaking hand tighten them. I'm just gonna use a little baby impact just to help tighten them, and then I'll torque these guys down, and then we're done. So pretty much I'm almost done. I just need to torque these pressure plate bolts down, and then we're done. After this, we'll go and take a look at that CMAC kit. I want to hear what everybody else is running too. So if you guys want to tell me what you guys are running for your clutch and flywheel, leave that in the comments. All right, guys, we're done. Look how nice that looks. Let's get out of here and let's talk about the CMAC. All right, so I think I'm just gonna hold off and wait until tomorrow to do this. Cause I'm gonna go grab some food. All right, guys, if you liked what you see, please like and subscribe. You're gonna help support me. I'm gonna have a lot more stuff coming out from the Z, as well as the enduro races, as well as RC car stuff, and just like a bunch of other stuff. I'm gonna include all the clutch and flywheel details in the bottom so you guys will know exactly what I ended up using and don't have to scour the internet for it. But if you liked what you see, please like and subscribe. Also, please follow me on Instagram at Sonia_slides with a Z. Until the next time, peeps, I'll see ya.